Dan Willis here, and we're talking about credit cards for bad credit. So here's the deal. We're going to go through the types of credit cards for less than perfect credit, and we're going to also talk about how those each will impact and influence your credit score and your credit report. So the first type is unsecured credit cards. These are traditional credit cards, MasterCard, Visa, where you're issued a line of credit on the promise that you'll make monthly payments. This is going to have the most benefit with responsible use when it comes to your credit score and on your credit reports. However, as of a few years ago, when the government got involved and left the consumer in a less than better position, shocker, they passed new legislation which basically makes these credit cards much more difficult to get. That being said, it's worth investigating. The lower your credit score, though, however, the higher the interest rate's going to be, the higher the fees. If you have a, if you have a damaged credit score, the second type of credit card is the one to go with, which is a secured credit card. This will, and check on this to make sure, but it should report your account every single month to all three of the major credit bureaus. That way, with responsible use, you can build your credit. This will be issued as a MasterCard or a Visa, and the way it works is you make a deposit with the bank, for example, for $300. Then you'll be issued a credit card with a credit limit of $300. The credit limit's usually corresponding to the amount of your deposit. Now that credit card works just like a regular unsecured traditional credit card. The only thing is the deposit is what secures it, and that deposit is refundable provided you keep your account in good standing. And both these types of cards, let us not neglect to mention your utilization ratio, that is your available unused credit, is very important when your credit score is calculated. So for example, if you had a credit card with a credit limit of $1,000, you'd want to keep a monthly balance of, generally speaking, 25 to 35% of your credit limit. So $250 would be a monthly balance. You'd have $750 of available unused credit, and that's the big key, having available unused credit. So these last two types of cards is a prepaid debit card. This will not build your credit. Again, the government watched a 60 Minutes episode and got involved. They used to way back when, but no more. A prepaid debit card will not build your credit because you're not being extended or loaned any money. Therefore, there's no activity to report about you. However, if you need a Visa or MasterCard, this is the way to go. If you're stuck in check systems, it really works just like a checking bank debit card. Quite literally, just be cautious because there are a few less than reputable companies with some rather unfriendly fees. There's been a lot of changes and a lot more competition in this industry now. So there's many cards. The American Express, Capital One have a couple good ones. And the fourth type here, and these are what the government should have done something about, it's the catalog shopping merchandise credit card. It's not a real credit card. It can only be used at one location. So if you got one of these cards, it'll advertise guaranteed approval, $500 credit limit's a common one, and then it'll try and say like credit bureau reporting, but it's not going to help your credit score very much, if at all. And it's only accepted on, like, you can't use it at your grocery store, you can't use it at the gas station, you can't use it at any regular retail establishment. So avoid those like the plague. It's important if you're suffering from bad credit to not only, you have to build, it's a two-pronged approach. We have to build good credit and good positive payment history, such as with a credit card. And then we also need to remove and clean up the derogatory, damaging items, because that's what's bringing down a lot of credit scores. This is Dan Willis. Please subscribe and join our congregation. Please also visit the link in the description below for some more about credit cards for bad credit and an article at our website for some more. We've also got a free report available, the 7 super simple steps to clean credit. Please have a fantastic day and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.